Give me a new link. So we're back live. Our system just crashed on us. We're back up. So we apologize for that. So the ball over the top now is we saw number 19, Maisie Whitsett is now on the pitch. Now Johnson. She still has the ball down by the end line, puts it across towards top of the 6, and cleared away.
Too many Flint City players just frozen in their tracks waiting to make a move until someone else does. I don't know what they're really waiting for, but Flint City has to start playing with a lot more urgency.
So 68th minute, we apologize for the loss of signal. Don't know what happened. Just all of a sudden the stream went down.
I guess we should have came back with the Slim Shady. Guess who's back again.
Either way, the show must go on. It's another ball that will go across the end line.
Flint City looks almost like they're throwing in the towel a little bit throughout the entirety of this game. The team hasn't been on the same page with each other, but now not only are they not on the same page with each other, it also just looks like there's a lack of effort, which is always unacceptable.
No, this game lacks energy. You would think it's a playoff game, and I know it's a Thursday night, 7 o'clock game. That might be a factor, but it doesn't have the energy of a playoff game. It doesn't have that feel. Now, Mueller looking for Johnson.
Yeah, it definitely just doesn't have the playoff, your house is on fire type of feel that a playoff game should have. And yeah, you could say for Flint City that, it could be because they're missing a lot of regulars on the roster and that chemistry is an issue, but that excuse can only go so far, especially when you start seeing the lack of effort come into play.
So a throw coming up here in the 70th minute is last 20 minutes of this game. And Flint City in a hole. Oh, drop back. Now Chester. She'll take a shot from distance. That one was deflected on its way to Riddle.
Nice shot, though, from Chester. A good opportunity. There was space and time. Coach Dolinsky said that she's one of the most improved players from last season to this year. After her freshman season in Louisville, she appeared in 15 games, started 12 times in her freshman season, and notched in 2 assists.
On that far side slotted in, and that one from Mays Whitsett goes up and over. We appreciate your finding the stream again. As technical difficulties sent our stream off the air. It's only happened a handful of times over the 1,000 games we've covered. We got it back, which is good. We appreciate you getting it back. This ball played for far post there from Soderstrom. Not quite sure that was a shot or a cross, but still past that far post. Looking for Michaela Johnson. Can she get there? She does. Inside the 18, looking for Worthman. And
A good idea, though, by Johnson to try to work that into Worthman. A couple times today, she's tried to force it herself with her own dribble and take it for herself when there was too much defense in front of her.
This ball thrown into Johnson. We appreciate you 11 fans tuning in here for this one. First taste here of the Michigan Soccer Network. We'll get another taste here on Saturday.
Flint City with another unforced turnover, just passing the ball straight out of bounds. Some frustration starting to show out of some of these players.
Stoddard's going to try to chase this one down, and now ball goes to Worthman. Ball back to Flint City. Oh, that's not a bad ball in for Katina. Could you get there? And now she runs right in to Reason.
Interfering with the goalie, but not intentionally. Just going after the ball there on that one and helps Reason up after.
Going to see a bunch of subs coming in here now for Indy 11.
That's the nice thing about being up 3-0. You get to have more subs than usual, get more players, more minutes. And then the players that get to stay in get to try new things and just have fun with it.
So we're going to see Emma Johnson step on, Megan Wilson. As well as number 18, Rhonda Ajumapai. Matino up this near side. Work from Kugler.
Also into the game, number 6, Megan Wilson. Coming off the pitch, number 20, Anika Schmidt.
Ball played back
Going into the game, number 18,
by Larry Fife.
coming out, number 10.
Regarding some of the stream comments about Olivia Thomas, Jenna Blackburn, Sammy Woods out, a lot of players had to go back to their college and start their college soccer season here early. Olivia Thomas is a North Carolina player, but I am surprised that she's gone and Nona Reason, Indy 11's goalkeeper, is still here, as she is now with North Carolina as well.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's changed about college soccer over the last decade is players returning to school early. So this ball played in towards Gattino and Johnson and broken up. Reporting, usually July 1st. A lot of times they want players taking summer school so that they can get some of those credits out of the way so they can focus more on soccer during the season. Obviously, the transfer portal has changed everything in college sports. So getting players in early and getting them acclimated to the system gives the players and the team the best opportunity to be ready on day one of the season.
Indy 11 had a record-breaking game against St. Charles, who were only able to bring in 9 players for that game against Indy 11, where Indy 11 scored 16 goals in one game in one game. That's absolutely insane.
It's a lot of goals.
16-0.
The shot from distance will go up and over. Don't forget, if it's your first time stopping by the network, we are available on all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. Just go to @MI Soccer Network on any social platform and like us and share us with friends and family.
Landis Canada takes the field now for Flint City as a sub. Landis Canada is still a high school athlete. She's class of 2024, but she is a Missouri commit. ECNL national selection for the New Jersey game on May 27th. Really strong player is Canada, young player.
So Johnson now will make her way up. Cuts it back into the 18. Good individual effort from her, but good defensive work from Indy 11. All over the top. Lar. Let's put this one into the 6, and that one's cleared away.
Almost can't knock Johnson for forcing some things and hanging on to that ball for herself instead of trying to find an open teammate, because there's just not enough other Flint City teammates playing with the urgency that Johnson is playing with. Johnson still wants to win this game.
You know, I think, too, in the comments, as we're kind of reading some of the comments about, you know, the players and what happened last year with Indy 11, I think when you have college athletes on your roster, you're always going to you're going to struggle in some situations to be able to maintain that roster during the course of any given season, especially the way these leagues are set up. So is this ball now into Johnson? And I don't think Flint City makes any excuses for that, or I don't think any team does. I think they go out and play the game that's in front of them with the roster that they have. Is this free kick coming up?
It's just us as broadcasters giving out all the information that we have here.
I think, too, you know, the reality is you know, Olivia Thomas left her high school season early so she could join Flint City at the request of her college in UNC. You know, she had a team that she was playing with, a number 1 ranked team during her high school season that counted on her. She scored 40 goals during that season, and she had to step away from that team, who ended up losing in the state semifinals. Had she been with that team, I don't think there's any question that team would have won the state final.
100%. Olivia Thomas didn't even get to play the entire season and was still up for debates as Michigan's Player of the Year.
Yeah,
Miss Soccer.
She was, and ultimately because she stepped away before the playoffs started, she didn't have, she wasn't up for that award at all.
Yep.
So it just goes to show you that, personnel, especially when it comes to the young college athlete, women's soccer specifically, has a huge problem with this. And keeping rosters throughout the course of a season, especially in these summer leagues, and USLW is step up. That shot is far wide.
I will say, though, for Flint City, a huge improvement from last year to this year at keeping a consistent roster. Last year, it was just about an entire roster change every single game. So the program is definitely on the rise, making positive changes. But certain things like players having to go back for their college season early, there's just nothing you can really do about it.
That's right. As we get closer here, about 10 minutes remaining here in this game. I think, too, we don't talk about, and it's amateur soccer. This is not professional, right? I know that Minnesota Aurora FC wants to be playing at the next level in the NWSL, and that might be a reality here in the near future for them, possibly as an expansion team. But this is amateur soccer, and while this is competitive and players want to play, they also want to enjoy their summer. And that's another part of this is if, it's just 4th of July weekend or week, right, where everybody had a chance to maybe go out and I know what I did. I called soccer games on the 4th of July, but a lot of people went to barbecues and beaches and things like that. So that could be another reason why we not have a player here. They're getting ready for their college season, and maybe they needed a quick vacation.
I mean, look at starting defender Jenna Chatterton for Indy 11, who missed the first half of this game. She was on vacation. She just got back today, but still made it a priority to get here and get in this game in the second half.
I know, that was a ball right there. And And this will go back to the Flint City FC back line.
I am really excited, though, for the Minnesota Aurora Indy 11 matchup on Saturday.
You're really making an assumption. There's still time left here.
I wasn't gonna say it, but I don't think
you're really creating a pumpernickel here in this press box right now.
Down 3. I don't even know if there's been a shot on goal by Flint City yet, so I don't know if they're getting back into this one. But let's just say if it is the Minnesota Aurora matchup against Indy 11, it's going to be super fun because it's going to be a revenge game for Indy 11. They were knocked out by Minnesota last year in the first round of playoffs. Indy 11 with a kind of similar situation that Flint City has this year, that Indy 11 had last year, missing some key players from their roster in the playoffs. This year, they've had a consistent roster. I don't think they're missing any significant key players this year, so.
Johnson makes her way to the top of the 18, but met by a defensive wall from Indy 11, just really compacting there at the top of the 18. I give them what they want. They asked me to use the word pumpernickel. I use it, and then there's a complaint that I didn't do it. I forced it.
I don't even know the word pumpernickel, okay? So I don't even know that word.
I was like, I don't know what to say.
Maybe Jonathan got a thesaurus.
It's a Thursday night. We were underfed and underappreciated, and I couldn't get pumpernickel right, man. I'm trying.
You got it in. Props to that, Jonathan. I'm proud of you. If nobody told you that today, I'm proud of you.
It's all good. I just had. Oh man, as a substitution coming on is, I think we saw Madison Canada step in as Avery Kalita stepped off. Like to have fun up here in the press box. Why not?
If you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong.
It's right. It's right.
But something that Indy 11 did really right today, I actually talked to head coach Paul Dolinsky pregame, asked him what his defensive philosophy is. He said, don't get scored on.
That's a pretty simple one.
Pretty simple.
Score more than the other team. That's a good one, too. Let's keep it simple.
Exactly. I mean, he laughed about it. He said, as a player, when he was a player himself, he was always an attacking-minded player. And that's how he wanted his team to be when he coaches here at Indy 11, to be attacking-minded. Win those one-on-one matchups and just get off to the races and start it on offense.
So you really didn't know what pumpernickel was?
I really don't.
It's
Is it
bread.
like a muffin? Oh, okay.
It's bread, yeah. I think it's like a multi-colored bread.
That was
like
close.
multi-grain or something. Yeah, it's like multi-colored. Yeah.
I bet they make pumpernickel into muffins too. So maybe I'm a little bit right. Maybe.
I don't know. I just keep doing what we're doing. This is Paul's played in. I will give this much, though. We appreciate Indy 11 a lot because, we do these games for Flint City and the Bucks and AFC and getting comments. We love being able to chime in with the supporter group of the opposing team, whether that be, in Indy 11 or the next. And we appreciate your passion. And it just means the game of soccer is that much stronger when there's a great supporter group out there. So, and Flint City has one of the best supporter groups, in the country. They do a fantastic job for Flint. So it's good to see two really strong supporter groups here in the comments talking about this match. Just makes your team and your community that much stronger. Hey, we appreciate it.
We even appreciate the haters. At least you're tuning in. Watching the game is changing the game. Isn't that what they say?
That's what they say. 86th minute, 3-0 the score. 2 goals in the first half, 1 here in the second for Indy 11. And just 5 minutes plus stoppage time away from playing in the Central Conference Championship against Minnesota Aurora FC here on Saturday as this shot deflected out wide. And corner kick coming up.
The nice thing about Indy 11 this year compared to last year as well is Coach talked about how he really wanted to try to add a little bit more balance and depth to the roster. Last year they only had two players who scored essentially all of the goals. This year, they have a variety of options, many different players that are able to attack and score at will.
This ball played in, and up goes Reason, and ball still inside. Shot. Somehow it's in the middle there. Almost like a scrum in football, but Reason comes up with it.
Holy goodness, I was scared Reason was about to get kicked in the face on that one. She was down on the ground for a minute while the ball was still in play. Still, Reason able to get on top of it.
Game on Saturday was 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central. Live here from Atwood Stadium, the campus of Kettering University in Flint, Michigan. Following that game at 7 p.m. Eastern, Flint City Bucks taking on Ann Arbor, USL League 2. Good work from Barr there to push it back outside. That's a foul. Again, you just see it defensively. Indy 11 has done a really good job of just really being compact, really closing down all opportunities for Flint City AFC this evening. Granted, yeah, you're missing some firepower, but you got to find a way in those moments to still execute. And that's the difference maker tonight here for Flint City versus Indy 11. Indy 11 has executed on their opportunities. You know, and we looked at the game before this. I mean, there were a ton of opportunities in that game for Minnesota Aurora. They had 28 shots, of which 16 were on target. You know, so they scored 3 goals in this one. So it's been a good battle here for Indy 11, proving why they should move on to the next round.
And honestly, when key players are out, that's typically the perfect time for a new star to be born. That's when a player can step up and prove themselves. Unfortunately for Flint City today, there wasn't a huge flash of success out of any one individual player on the offensive end, but...
Another foul. It is true, all games for Flint City AFC and Flint City Bucks are streamed to this channel, along with a lot of games of soccer here in the state of Michigan, not just Flint City, but we cover everything from the UWS, UPSL, high school soccer, college soccer, and more. The red card that happened, it was a subsequent yellow card is what took place. So a yellow card issued in the second half. Again, it was just a silly first yellow card, and then it was a hard tackle on the second one, and that's how the red card happened. So we get 90th minute now, just a few seconds away here from stoppage time.
I always wonder why there's any stoppage time for a game that's a 3-0 game.
Yeah, stoppage time can come in many forms. The reality is stoppage time is there to be able to pick up that wasted time from substitutions and celebrations and and things like that come up during the course of the game. 2 minutes seems adequate here in this game. It's just ball played towards the end line. Will go off for a goal kick. Don't worry, Minnesota. The Minnesota Soccer Network already exists. We just have to finish setting it up. We own the rights to that, and along with the 49 other states in this country.
Oh, really?
We do.
Very cool. Very cool.
So don't worry.
Planning on doing
Coming
big
soon.
things, huh, Jonathan? Taking over the country.
Coming soon. One state at a time as this ball played up. And might just go out, as it does.
Though we've talked a bit about the offensive power from Indy 11 today, their defense has just been outstanding. I think the player who led the helm the most was Annika Schmidt. She did such a good job at resetting, controlling the board. And I mean, it makes sense as she was a player who was with the Houston Dash at one point before even joining the Dash. Schmidt spent the 2020 season in Sweden. She was a 3-year starter at Butler before that. Huge accolades out of Schmidt, and you can easily tell that she's an experienced seasoned player when you were watching her out here on the field tonight, leading that back line.
That's right, Garrett Craig. We do have the rights to the Mars and Moon Soccer Network. And that will wrap this one up as Indy 11 will make their way to the Central Conference Championship here on Saturday, and they'll play Minnesota Aurora FC for a chance to move on at 3 p.m. Eastern here from Atwood Stadium. Don't go anywhere. We come back. We'll finish up second half stats, highlights, and more. We've been watching USLW Round of 16 playoffs live on the Michigan Soccer Network.
Since 1936, Dover has been specializing in doors for your home.
Do you do garage doors?
Dover does it. The area's largest selection to meet everybody's style and budget.
But do you do entry doors?
Absolutely. From steel, fiberglass, wood core, we have the look you'll love. Dover does it.
How about storm doors?
Of course, we have them all. Steel, aluminum, glass, and the very popular retractable screen. Dover does it.
Were you going to ask about interior doors?
Why not?
You know it. Whether it's a hanging door, bifold door, sliding door, special shapes and sizes, Dover does it. For all your door needs, installation or service, trust the experts. We've been delivering quality for over 80 years. Dover does it.
I work in nursing home, I work in the restaurant, and I own my own food truck. And I bank with Huntington. I used to always look at that sign, come on, own your own home. So one day I just said, okay, I'm gonna go talk to the banker. And he didn't tell me, no, it's not possible. He told me anything was possible. And that made me feel good. Hi, I'm Veronica, and this is my banker, Roger. He's awesome. He's a good guy.
There's good. Then there's sticky, sweet, spicy, double your napkins, don't even share with your own best friend. General So Good. Introducing General Soul Sauce for a limited time at Buffalo Wild Wings.
At Dort Financial Credit Union, we believe in fulfilling our members' dreams and care deeply about supporting our community.
Without amazing partners like Dort Financial Credit Union, we would not be able to do what we do. And that's truly the backbone of our organization, is having those partnerships and community relationships.
From supporting community events to our employee volunteers, we are passionate about giving back to organizations that are important to you and helping make our community a great place to live, work, and play.
What makes Snyder Financial unique is that we're a family-run financial advisory firm.
Our clients enjoy working with us because we're a family. We understand family and relationships.
We absolutely find joy in building relationships with our clients
And we really want to help them feel educated and feel empowered with their planning.
The level of service and commitment that we have to our clients, that's what we put above everything else.
Snyder Financial, a proud sponsor of the Flint City Bucks.
Don't just burn calories, torch those little suckers. Base Camp Fitness Troy, opening up this March, will help you get maximum results in half the time. Our intensity intervals of cardio and strength training will supercharge your calorie burn, all in just 35 minutes. Make sure to lock in our founders rate and claim your 2-week risk-free trial by scanning the QR code on your screen. Base Camp Fitness Troy, located at 443 East Big Beaver Road in Troy, Michigan. And welcome back here into Atwood Stadium. The game is USLW playoff match just coming to an end here moments ago with a 3-0 win in favor of Indy 11. And gotta say, I mean, they just outperformed Flint City here tonight. I mean, they had 6 total shots, 4 on target. They scored 3 goals, one of which was on a penalty shot, 2 offsides, handful of fouls, but 3-0 the final score. And you know, Lexi, we're now joined by Joanna here in the press box. You know, normally we do a field level interview, but I mean, Joanna, you had a chance to talk with these coaches before the game, at the halftime. What were your thoughts on this game?
Well, it was an incredible game. It was hard fought. I think that penalty kick kind of changed the whole atmosphere of the rest of the game. But you know what? Michelle Krisnick said an unbelievable season that they had. And this was kind of their last showing before they all go back to school, which some are already there. It was a hard-fought game, and it's going to be a good game Saturday.
It will. 2 powerhouse teams playing, undefeated, 13-0, Minnesota Aurora FC taking on Indy 11 in that final at 3 p.m. Eastern here at Atwood Stadium. And a couple comments coming in. Hey, everyone's saying thank you for the stream. Hey, we appreciate you for tuning in. If you didn't subscribe, please do so. We'll be back here at 3 p.m. Eastern on Saturday for a doubleheader, another doubleheader here from Atwood Stadium. It'll be our 9th game of the week, so we're excited to bring that to you here on the network. And before we send it away, any final thoughts for you, Lexi?
I think Joanna hit it. I mean, a great showing from Indy 11, but such a incredible season for Flint City, the Cinderella story, getting into the playoffs even, the second best win percentage compared to last year in the entire USLW. So no knock to Flint City for not being able to get the job done tonight. Just extra credit to Indy 11.
No question. Flint City AFC turning it around from last year, finishing last place in the Great Lakes and making their way to first place in the Great Lakes Division and their first ever playoff game in history of Flint City AFC. So a great season for them. Keep your heads up. A bright future here for Flint City AFC. But we'll see you here on Saturday for that matchup for Minnesota Aurora FC and Indy 11. And I want to thank our crew and all the hard-working camera operators, everybody who helped make this day a success. Joanna Tuttle, the 3rd member of our broadcast team. Lexi Ayala, I'm Jonathan Turner. Have a great rest of your Thursday night, and we will see you Saturday for championship soccer right here on the Michigan Soccer Network.